中ってのはこいつか。好き放題やってんじゃねえぞ。
Okay. Okay. Let me take a step back. Let's look at this. We have 3 fighters for Tekken 7, of whom have not originated from the series initially. We have Akuma from Street Fighter. We have Geese Howard from Fatal Fury. And now we have Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. My initial reaction to Noctis was, oh, that looks cool. And to be upfront, he does fit rather well within the game aesthetically. He looks like he fits in the game, you know, him being a Japanese character and all. But after I finished the trailer, I became upset. He's not a Tekken fighter, period. And neither are any of these clowns I just mentioned. I would more than likely be okay with adding these licensed characters to the game if and only if we had several old fighters return to the series. Let's take a look at some of the fighters that could have been added to Tekken 7. And bear with me, this list is rather long. Lei Wulong, no pun intended, Roger, Ganryu, Jinpachi Mishima, Zafina, Combat, Mokujin, Craig Marduk, Dr. Boskanovich, Angel, Ancient Ogre, Wang, Michelle, Kunimitsu. Now, I'm sure I may have missed a few, but let's not forget the characters that have duplicate movesets. You know, they're important too, and they play slightly different than their counterparts, and they often have different backstories that can still be explored. Jun Kazama, Jun Kazama, Jun Kazama, Jun Kazama, Armor King, Prototype Jack, Anna, Miharu, Baek Dusan, Bruce, Christy Montero, Julia Chang, Sebastian, True Ogre, Tiger, Unknown, Violet, and Forest Law. Do you see where I'm going with this? I just named 29 characters that have all been in a Tekken game at some point, but have yet to be included in Tekken 7. It's a bit ridiculous that Bandai Namco has to go out and license characters from other companies to add to Tekken 7 when Tekken's universe is so rich and diverse in their background that additional storytelling is still viable. You know, we still have much more story to cover. For example, where has Jun Kazama gone? Is Unknown her alter ego, or is it her sister like some are saying? We don't know. They just leave it up in the air because she's not a canonical character. And I don't want to hear the argument that you know, the characters I mentioned above, they're not in Tekken 7 because, oh, they're not canon to the main story. Well, how the fuck do you explain Geese and Noctis? You know, oh, it's just DLC. You know, we're just doing it for fun because, you know, we thought it'd be cool to do. Like, no. Give us the Tekken characters we want. No one asked for this. Who am I, you say, to make demands of Bandai Namco? I am a paying customer who has supported the franchise since Tekken 2, who has bought a season pass for Tekken 7, who has bought the collector's edition of Tekken 7. That's who I am. I am the guy who hosts Tekken parties at his house yearly for his family because we all enjoy the hell out of the game, and we continue to do so to this day. Now, initially, I was tolerant of this trend of putting licensed characters into Tekken 7 back when they first announced Akuma would be in Tekken 7. I thought to myself, oh, okay, you know, they're probably just going to add in everyone else later. You know, just throw in Akuma real quick. You know, he's part of the story now, okay. But they'll get back to some other characters later. No, this is the third strike, and we're looking up to past spring 2018. That means up until June 2018, where we probably would not have any of the old fighters back into the game. I have to say something. This is absolutely wrong to do your customers like this. I am 100% confident in the statement that follows. No one Tekken player has ever said, wouldn't it be cool if they added non-Tekken fighters into the game instead of adding the ones that we were missing? No one has ever said that. Katsuhiro Harada has already gone on the record to state that his development team carefully considers which characters to add to the roster based on their popularity and their ease of balance within the game. Okay, yeah, that does make sense. But wouldn't it be much easier to balance a character who you already had experience balancing and whose movesets are already contained within the game code, rather than introducing an entirely new character who does not fit in your universe? Doesn't that make sense? You've already done the balancing work in previous titles. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're more or less tweaking it here and there so it performs better than your original wheel. It's also the same thing as trying to fit a spherical shape into a square hole. It's hard as hell to do. I mean, it can be done with the right tools and patience, but you just look dumb as hell in the process when you could have just grabbed the square cube and pushed it through faster. You get where I'm going with this? Now, I appreciate Mr. Harada and all the hard work that he's done. I appreciate him being honest and open with this franchise, and I'm not knocking him for trying to run his business for a profit. That's his job after all. He is the creator of Tekken, and he knows best how to craft a fighting game. The only thing I ask of him is it really necessary to continually add non-Tekken fighters to Tekken 7 when so many gamers, myself included, are begging for the originals to return? At what point does he consider that popularity has nothing to do with whether or not a character should be added, but rather out of nostalgia and the fact that Tekken's character base is so diverse and highly replayable? At what point? And if any of his developers are watching, bring back the rich and diverse customization of Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Bring back the modes fans and myself have been asking for: Survival, Time Attack, Team Battle, Tekken Force, and Combo Training. Make Tekken 7 a complete package. I would be very hard pressed to purchase a Tekken 8 if the same mistakes are going to be included in the next game. Even at the current pace, we probably would not see a Tekken 8 until 2022 or 2023, and that's damn scary to think about, even though I love the hell out of Tekken 7. Going forward, I'm going to give these two characters a try because I have to. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like something when I never tried it. That's wrong, and I disgrace anybody who's ever done that. I will also play Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and the rest of the Tekkens with the aforementioned characters whom were not included to see if we truly missed them. But I give you a hint, we kind of do miss them. With that being said, thank you guys for listening.